marathon. I actually ran this one time, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, 2012. And today, I want to talk about how most people seem to think that poker is a marathon. They equate it to being a marathon. You all see back there? Soon, some dudes are going to sprint by us. I think we're running about 13 miles an hour. I don't know if you've ever tried to run 13 miles an hour. I have. Can't do it for very long. Like 20 seconds. And then your heart starts to feel like it's about to explode and you can't think, and then you slow down. These guys somehow do that for a full 2 hours. And you're gonna find that the best poker players in the world, they essentially sprint the whole tournament. Are they ever gonna come? I don't know. What a lot of people think sprinting means in terms of poker, though, is that they think that means playing every pot, losing their minds, going nuts, running big bluffs every time they have the opportunity. And that's not what you want to do. You instead want to be with it. You want to be thinking. You want to be making plays that make logical sense on a very regular basis. So what a lot of people do is they think, all right, my goal is to sit here and knit it up. But you don't actually win by sitting and knitting it up. We're clapping for somebody. Who do we have? Oh, all right. Inspiring people getting in there, grinding it out, right? You win by making the plays required to win. That might mean making a big fold. That might be making a big call, right? It might mean making whatever play you need to make in game to succeed. And I think a lot of recreational players have in their minds that there are various gears. I'm gonna have a fast gear today or a slow gear today. But in reality, what ends up happening is they just pass up on spots that are profitable. And if you have spots that are profitable, you need to be taking them. Now, if you're talking about instead spots that are like completely unnecessary to go for, that have a tiny edge, maybe you pass up on those. And there is this idea of like risk premium in the tournament, where say a play is marginally profitable, you're not going to want to take it, because if you take every spot that's marginally profitable, inevitably you're going to just like run into a lot of quote-unquote flipping scenarios, and you're going to be out, unless you just run very, very hot. But I'm watching a baby down here, for those who don't know. Make sure no one runs off with the baby, please. You want to be taking spots that are reasonably profitable. So this often does mean running that triple barrel bluff when you're sitting there on the river in a spot where you think your opponent has a capped range and your range is uncapped. You have to go for it. And yes, sometimes you end up busting yourself by doing that, and sometimes you don't. And then on the other side of the coin, some people think, all right, I haven't played any hands for an hour, so now I'm just going to start raising and re-raising every single pot, and they're never going to expect it. And that could be true. Maybe your opponents will not expect you to be ramming and jamming and blasting it in there. But at the same time, if your opponents are playing good, fundamentally sound poker, and they recognize you probably have just been card dead, they're still going to call off appropriately or roughly appropriately. So making gigantic exploitative plays based purely on your image doesn't work so well against people who are actually good, because they're just not going to make giant folds against you for no real reason. And the fact you haven't played any hands for an hour just is not a good enough reason, especially if you have any sort of reputation whatsoever that precedes you, right? And if you play locally at all, you're going to have some reputation that precedes you. People are going to think that you are a little bit tight, a little bit loose, whatever. Now, a super exploit you can do to crush people is that if people think that you are generally tight in your games, which a lot of recreational players, when they come to me, people think they are tight, they can get away with bluffing as much as they want, right? Some people who are lunatics, well, they need to knit it up a little bit. Who do we have now? All right. I definitely think that you need to approach the mindset that poker is a marathon, because really, what is a marathon? Marathon's a long race where you have to be consistent, you have to grind it out, and you have to succeed in the long term. It's not a race where you go actually as fast as you can. And to be fair, I don't even know how fast marathon runners can sprint if they try. If they can run 13 miles an hour for 2 hours, well, they can probably run, what, 16 miles an hour for a short period? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not a marathon expert. I have ran one. But again, I was not running to win. I was running to participate. And you don't really want to be the type of player who participates in poker. I know at the World Series this year, they had the tournament that broke all the records. More people played that tournament than any other tournament. It was a $500 or $400 or $300 buy-in. I don't even know what it was. But a lot of people took great pride in participating, like just being in the field. And we're sitting here waiting on literally the best marathon runners in the world to run by. But there are, I don't know, 20,000 people in this marathon. I don't know the exact number, but there's a lot. And they are all drawing dead or nearly dead to win the event. Now, poker's different, right? In a poker tournament, you're never dead to win the event. But at the same time, if you just like show up and like being in the field, that is probably not what you want to do if you care about money in the least bit. Now, I'm all for gambling it up, taking a vacation. Hey, look, there's James and Mommy. Hello, are you ready to watch the marathon?
Yeah.
The idea of participation is something that people drastically overestimate. Like making day 2, for example. A lot of people really want to make day 2 of a poker tournament. They want to make a bag. So many people on Twitter post, oh, I found a bag, and they'll take a picture of their day 2 chip stack with 12 big blinds in it. 1.3 starting stacks, and they're intensely proud of this accomplishment. But in reality, what have they accomplished? They just like hung around for a day. Do you really want to spend a day sitting there hanging around, being live to bust at any point? I mean, that's just not a success. That is essentially burning your time. Now, I get the idea that a lot of people want to have pastimes. They want to have things that they do that essentially spend their time, spend their day. And especially pro poker is a nice one because you have a chance to actually profit. Now, recognize that if you are a bad poker player, if you are sitting there trying to pass time, you're not going to profit. You're going to lose your money. And even if you're playing against really bad players that you think that you don't have much of an edge on you, if you're just a super nit, you're going to lose the rake. So what's going to happen? You're going to win some tiny bit and then you're going to lose the rake. And that's not what you want to have happen. I thought the marathon runners would be here by now. This video is turned into a marathon. The marathon runners could literally run 1.5 miles in the time that I started making this video. Let's go see what's going on over here. Where are they? I don't know where the runners are. Hi, Thomas. Are you ready for the marathon runners? So yeah, life, poker, etc. is a marathon, but realize that if you want to have immense success, you have to go hard. You cannot sit by idly hoping the world gives you something. Because, every once in a while you will get something. But most of the time, you're gonna have to get in there and work hard to get what you want. And to win a marathon, you have to go hard. Harder than you think you have to go. And you cannot be weak, you cannot give up. You have to persevere. And if you do not persevere, you're not gonna make it. That's what we're looking at. Things are starting to happen. Here they come, the best marathon runners in the world. Didn't look all that fast, but they are running. They are absolutely sprinting. And to win a poker tournament, you kind of have to sprint the whole way. If you are not focusing, not persevering, not actively doing everything you can to make great plays, you're just going to be another marginal pro who doesn't succeed long term or doesn't make substantial income and change your life for the better. And I want all of you to get in there, work hard, and make the most out of your opportunities. So do that. Good luck, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and I'll talk to you later.